LandMark Beach, seeks compensation from federal government for demolishing his properties worth of 42 billion naira. The management of LandMark Beach said it is seeking compensation from the federal government over the demolition of its properties estimated at 42 billion naira in total. In a statement signed by the management of LandMark Group, the company noted that the demolished properties included supporting buildings and infrastructure to the LandMark ecosystem. The statement also disclosed that the demolition resulted in the loss of nearly half of the company's revenue. It also highlighted that they are actively pursuing appropriate compensation from the federal government. This marks the first time the resort center has quantified the financial sum of its demolished properties in a public statement since its demolition in April. We are currently picking up the pieces following the demolition of almost 42 billion naira worth of supporting infrastructure and buildings, and the loss of nearly half our company revenue. We are focused on working with the government to receive adequate compensation required to jumpstart the rest of the once thriving LandMark part of the LandMark ecosystem and a new family-centric beach in a different waterfront location. This will help to preserve the sustenance of the thousands of families whose livelihoods have been threatened by the demolition, as well as recreate a platform for many of the small and micro businesses that were incubated on the LandMark Beach and adjoining beach resorts that were recently demolished. The statement read in part. Backstory: Nairametrics had earlier reported that the demolition of structures at LandMark Beach Resort in Onairu, Victoria Island, commenced on April 29, 2024, as a result of its encroachment on the right-of-way of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway. The demolition of part of the LandMark Beach Resort occurred 2 weeks after sand filling was done on some portions of the LandMark Beach Resort. In addition, the management of LandMark Beach Resort stated that they have never been officially consulted about the coastal highway's alignment, nor have they been engaged in discussions regarding the environmental impact assessment (EIA) of the project's impact on LandMark. On Saturday, April 27, 2024, however, in accordance with the demolition announcement made by the federal government, some beaches in Lagos, including the Mami Chula Beach Lifestyle section, were pulled down. Compensation from FG. Meanwhile, the federal government said early this month that it had commenced the payment of the first batch of compensation to property owners impacted by demolitions required for the construction of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway, covering from Channel TV. David Amahi, the Minister of Works, made this disclosure in a statement during a stakeholders meeting held in Lagos State. The federal government disbursed the total amount of 2.75 billion naira as the first payment to property owners affected by the demolition. Amahi, who addressed the property owners and stakeholders, said the payment is only a flag off and more compensation is expected to be paid in the coming days. It is worthy of note that LandMark Beach was not among those compensated in the first batch by the federal government.
About 2 minutes ago, the demolition continued, with this wall right behind me being knocked down for the right-of-way for the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road.
Today, one of the biggest real estate investments and the biggest tourist attraction in Lagos, Nigeria, called LandMark, is getting demolished due to the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road construction. But will this demolition go down in history as a sacrifice for our infrastructure? According to Nibe, LandMark is valued at over $200 million, and it is a home to over 80 businesses and also provides more than 4,000 direct jobs. It also generates over 2 billion naira, that is $1.5 million in annual tax revenue. It is said that the main hotel and other buildings still remains, that it is only the beach that is affected by the right-of-way. But the question still remains, is the LandMark Beach Resort more important than the Coastal Road project itself? Let's hear the analysis being tendered
Where I'm standing is at Breeze Beach Club. This is actually the latest addition to the LandMark ecosystem, a members-only beach club that's not that old, and this is the ground zero for where the demolition is going to start taking place. Towards my right, inside Breeze Beach Club, they've already put markings there, marking spots for demolition, and it's expected that Breeze Beach Club will be demolished today. The wall behind me that's being demolished actually started last night, and the continuation is just happening now. You can see the level of sand filling as well that's going on right behind me. Now, this is worrisome because in as much as economic opportunity and economic diversification is important, when this property was acquired 17 years ago by LandMark, it was acquired as beachfront property. LandMark say that this was not the original route for the coastal road. The coastal road was supposed to be routed on the northern side of LandMark, which is called Water Corporation Drive. If you're familiar with it, we also know that this is a road that was revamped quite recently. So the question that LandMark ask is, why have a perfectly good road on the other side of our property, yet decide to build on this side instead? So demolition is expected to go on all day today. The Minister of Works, Senator David Umahi, is also expected to be at LandMark any moment from now to oversee these demolitions.
As I'm concerned, there is no problem along the LandMark issue. All the properties of LandMark, they're all saved. I visited him last night, and I looked at the infrastructure, and the people were banding figures, say that 12,000 jobs will be lost. No single job will be lost because no property is lost.
To be candid, emotions are high, the losses here are irreplaceable, and we pray compensation follows suit as promised by the federal government. So what do you think about the demolition of the LandMark project itself along the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway? Also know that there are other beaches around the Oniru axis which are also put forth for demolition, and other real estate properties. Let's see how the environment actually look like before now.
Here for over like 3 to 4 years now, and the LandMark beach has been like a pearl like in this axis, because of the shoreline view that you have, and also because of the structures that are in it and the facilities that this place provides. So coming to see that we have this type of germ in our environment, makes me want to come. Like I come like almost every time.
There's a lot of attraction here, and then you can just imagine your kid is asking you, "Mommy, take me to LandMark. I want to go to kids club."
Remember, according to the federal government of Nigeria, it is said that the Lagos Coastal Highway is necessary and very important for the easy movement of people and goods from the southwest down to the south of Nigeria.
Thanks for tuning in to Smart Okason TV show. Keep exploring, stay curious, and never stop getting the latest information happening around. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share to keep the intellect flowing. Until next time, keep sharpening and be smart.